Hello. Today I am going to talk about a concept that I feel is extremely important not only in probability theory but also in the context of trading or in any context where we are taking decision in the presence of uncertainty. There are different possible actions. Each has a certain chance of success, and there is a price to pay for every action. So, in such cases, how do we decide whether we will choose a particular course of action repeatedly again and again? So, this is something is extremely important in probability theory and also in evaluating different strategies when trading, and even choosing whether we should be trading an instrument or not. Okay, often we all understand what is chance or success probability, uh, or the percentage of profitable trades. Whenever we look at a trading strategy, we seek for higher probability of success. When also we consult some expert, we hope that the expert will give tips which will improve the chance of success. Okay, so naturally we seek more than 50% chance of success because 50% is like tossing a coin. Now, my point in this short video is that is it only the chance of success that we should be looking at? So now, here is an example. Suppose I am betting again if 1 rupee, that if to predict the outcome of a coin toss. That means if I get my prediction correctly, I will gain 1 rupee. But in order to make the participate in that game, I have to pay a premium of say 1 rupee. So I have first paid 1 rupee and then I make a call. If my prediction is correct, then I get my 1 rupee back. Now, is this game worth playing? So, suppose I believe that I have high chance of getting the so if the game is so if the coin is so for a moment forget about whether I can predict with high accuracy or not. So suppose it's a fair coin, so there is 50-50 chance. So what is the expected outcome here? The expected outcome in such a game will be the values into corresponding probability. So that is the expected outcome. So in this case I either gain 1 rupee or I lose 1 rupee. So that is 1 into half minus 1 into half minus 1 cube, because I have already played. And if I get my prediction is wrong, then I don't get back my 1 rupee. So I lose 1 rupee. So 1 into half minus 1 into half, that is 0. So the expected outcome is 0. Now suppose I have, and let us consider another possibility, that there is a game where there is a 75% chance of my winning. Okay, but if I win, I get 1 rupee, and there is only 25% chance that I may lose. But if I lose, suppose there is a penalty of 2 rupees. So I have a high probability, 75% chance, but what I gain, my reward is 1. But if I get it wrong, there is a 25% chance, the penalty is 2. Now what is the expected outcome here? So here it will be 1 into 0.75 minus 2 into 1 over 4. So what is the expected outcome here? That is 0.75 minus 2 by 4 is 0.5. No, so the expected outcome here is positive. So here you see I have a higher probability of winning. So even with a smaller reward, I am getting positive expected outcome. So this is something one may say that yes, that is why we seek for higher probability. Now next consider this example. Suppose I am betting in a game where I have got 25% chance only of winning, and if I win, I win big. So suppose I win 4 rupees and the premium is 1 rupee, that is I have to pay penalty of pay price of 1 rupee in order to exercise that option or into participate that game, and if my guess is wrong, then I don't get back my money. So here my reward is 4 rupees and risk is 1 rupees. So, and my winning probability is suppose 25%. So then what is the expected outcome? Now the expected outcome would be 0.25 into 4 minus 1 into 0.75, because 25% chance of getting right means 75% chance of getting wrong. So now here 4 by 1 4, that is 1, minus 0.75, 0.25. So here you see, although the chance of success is 25% only, which is 1/3 the chance of failure, I have a very slim chance of success, but because the reward is so high that the expected outcome is positive. And now, so which game is worth playing? So should we be playing first game where I have a 50% chance of getting right and wrong, and either way I get win 1 or lose 1 rupees, so their expected outcome is 0. And in the third game I have a very small chance of winning, 25%, but if I win, I win big. So here, although winning probability is small, but expected outcome, as I explained, is positive. So there is a law in statistics called law of large numbers, which tells us that if I am repeatedly betting in a game, in a sequence of games, where there sequence of games where there is a certain risk reward ratio, and the probability of winning is p and 1 minus p, then after a large number of after repeating the game large number of time, the average amount gain, that is, you add win or losses in all those games, divide by total number of times you have played. So suppose you have gained you have participated in this betting game for 1000 times, so you add up, sometimes you will win, sometimes you will lose, so total divided by 1000, so that will be close to your expected outcome. So therefore, if your expected outcome is 0 or negative, then there is no point participating in that game. And so that is the key lesson. So whenever we are looking at, say, like buying options or selling options or buying futures, these are purely game of probability, they are purely speculative instrument, because there is a certain chance of success, and these by nature will cease to exist after a certain period of time. So whenever we are playing in derivatives, betting in derivatives, we have to first ask ourselves, any strategy that we follow, does it have a positive expected outcome? So we only focus on what is the winning probability. Okay, so even as I have told you in the last example, that is where I have a 25% chance of winning only, but if I win, I win big, so the risk to reward ratio is very high, so that is a game that is worth playing repeatedly. Okay, so therefore now this is an issue I will elaborate in more detail in subsequent videos, and this is the first of this sequel. So the first important concept that I am introducing today is expected outcome. So always we have to first figure out what is the expected outcome of any strategy that we are going to follow. Okay, now if you are trading in futures, say Nifty futures or Bank Nifty futures, if you go to this platform called TradingView, and there are a number of strategies, whenever you run a strategy, you will see average average profit per trade. So that is the expected outcome. Rather than looking at the winning percentage of profitable trades, it is very important to first look at what is the average gain per trade. So that is, if that is positive and high, that is a very important parameter, because remember, when we repeat something repeatedly, then it goes close to the average. Okay, so that is it. Thank you.